Shalom, brothers and sisters. All praise to Yahuwah, our Heavenly Father. My name is Brother Kuya, and I'm here to present to you the calendar today for the 12th month, and the name of this month is Adar. And this year seems to be moving pretty fast, if I say so myself. All right, it's the 12th month. We do not need to make any type of adjustments on paper. You know, we heard before about people adding 13th month. It shouldn't do that. It goes against the law. It goes against the word in the scriptures. So we shouldn't do that. We're going to follow the moon. We're going to stay on the path of the moon like we were instructed. All right, the way to pronounce this month here is, you see I have the modern up under the English called the modern script. And we at the bottom, we got the Hebrew. And so the Hebrew reads from right to left. This is a olive, a dalet, and a resh. If you put those together, it's Adar. Okay, that's how you pronounce it, Adar. All right, so make sure that we remember, read it from right to left. All right. Okay, so we're gonna move on and let's see what the calendar looks like. Now, this is what your calendar this month should look like, as far as the numbers are concerned. I know I have one change in this calendar that I don't normally have in the other calendars, and I want somebody to spot it and check it out and see what I did different. All right, and I'm still waiting on somebody to send me a calendar to make sure that I'm not doing this in vain, and somebody is learning. So at the end of the video, you'll see my email. If you send me a calendar for it, let's try and do it for the next month and see tell me when the feast well, just send me a calendar for next month once we get this one done, just just to see if we're learning anything. All right, so everything on your far left explains everything in the right, in the blocks. The colors mean something. The numerous positions depends on the upper left in Pope Greg's calendar, upper right is Yahuwah's calendar, the solar calendar, and the lower left are the days of the week. So all of that will be self-explanatory. The colors explains uh the months. Okay, you got your lunar month and you got Pope Greg's months. Those colors tells you what month it is, what we were looking at. Okay, so I want to try to make it easy to for anybody to spot, and so once they see it, they know what they're looking at. I just want to make it easy. Now, how you can double check yourself? I normally go to Moon Giant and see when is the projected day that the new moon is going to show. Now you notice I said show because right here, this right here is the dark moon. It's not going to show. It's not showing anything. So this cannot be new. All right. This is not new. This is used up. It's just like a battery when you use it's like in your cell phone. You run your cell phone battery down. It has to recharge. That means you have used that battery down. It has to recharge. Once you plug it up, you're going to have 1 to 3% right here in your cell phone. That is when you know you have power. Just starting up. Your power is increasing. Just like this light is increasing right here. See, everything on the right side is the evening time. So this new moon, and the name of it is Hadesh, it's going to come out in the evening. All right. If it comes out this evening, this day right here, which is Sunday, will be the first day of the month. First day of the 12th month. All right. So this is not new. This is old, used. Do not call something dark light and light dark. Don't call something good bad and bad good. Don't call something bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. It is forbidden. This is your new moon right here. not this. Let us turn to Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. So we can see why we shouldn't call that dark moon the new moon. All right. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20 said, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Now, like I was just saying on the previous slide, they call the dark moon the new moon. If something is dark, I don't think too many people will want to, you know, be bothered with it, something dark. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about skin color. I'm talking about if you get a phone that won't come on, or a TV that won't turn on, or a laptop, or something like that. When you don't have no light, it's not showing that it's optional. Not optional, but operating. That's what I'm talking about. I drive a dump truck. I get up sometime 4 o'clock in the morning and to be at these certain job sites. The one I'm working at now is no light there at all. Nothing. It's out there in the deep country backwoods, and I'll be the first one to get there sometime. And I pull up out there, and I pull up out there, and I just cut all the lights off and look and see what I can see. It is so dark out there. I was like, man, I'm not getting out this truck until somebody. But anyway, I know I got the tendency to get off topic sometime. But what I'm saying overall is, y'all gave us light. All right. So let's use that light, especially when it has something to do with our Shabbats. He gave us light. The new moon has light. It's not dark. All right. All right. To all the vets who've been here before, you know what we do about this time. What we do is get the calendar from the previous month and see how we transition out of the previous month into the current month. All right. We normally take this line here, the bottom line, the line that the new moon comes on, and move it up to the top of our blank calendar. Okay. But this month right here, we had to do something a little bit different. I hope on the next slide that we will see what we had to do. All right. All right. I guess you wonder where's the new moon? Where's New Moon Day? Well, it's not on this line this time, and there's a reason for that. The thing is, we have to show uh, when the projected new moon was gonna come out, and see if we would have started it on this line right here, on this top line, we wouldn't have seen when the new moon when the new month started, more or less. So I wanted y'all to see when the new moon, when the old moon goes out, the dark moon goes out, and when the new moon comes in. I'm explaining this. I'm trying to explain the best way I can. If I can't explain it, well, you'll see better on the next slide. All right, now you see what I'm talking about right here, but I don't know what the word happened right there at the bottom on this. My little moon dropped behind the horizon, I guess. But anyway, this normal on a normal basis, new moon day is on the top line. But in this case right here, if we would have put it up here, we wouldn't have seen when the dark moon uh, went out, or when the new moon, well, more or less when the new moon come in. So it comes in that evening. On If I would have put it up here, you wouldn't have been able to see that. You just seen new moon day up here. But in this case, for this particular month, in this case, I put this up here, um, so that you can see it was the seventh day. Like I say, I don't know what happened to this right here, and we have our crescent moon come out in the evening on the 29th day, which was yesterday, Saturday. So therefore, it makes when it comes out, it makes today the 25th, the first day of the 12th month. Okay, so that's what we got. That's um we had a lunar month change right here, so our colors is gonna change right here. But the solar calendar, Pope Greg's calendar, the colors gonna stay the same for right now. Okay, and you have your working day. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, yesterday with the seventh day was off that day. Um, there was Shabbat, and the day is the 25th. New Moon Day is not a Shabbat, so it's not counting as a work day. All right, but tomorrow, starting on the 26th, which will be the second day of the month for Yahuwah, his day. If you start the 6 working days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 working days, seventh day, your Shabbat. You see on this line right here, we had a month change. You know, the red right here, because the previous month, lunar month, in December, ran out. So this line here is gonna be your new month change for January in the red right there. All right, we're gonna still keep up with our Shabbat days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 working days. Seventh day is Shabbat, and then it starts over again. Okay. Um, right here this month, all our Shabbats will be on Sunday, so it should be way more easier for us to keep the Shabbat. All right. We shouldn't have to worry about going to work on those days. Do no type of labor on those days. I do the hardest thing. I don't do work. I don't work on the Shabbat anyway. I don't work. There's no need for me to make these calendars and make them every month and tell y'all, hey, we should keep the Shabbat. Here it is. I go to work myself too. No, no. The hardest thing I do on the Shabbat is I open up the door and let the dog out. And I tell him, hurry up, come back in so I can sit down. I don't do no work. It is a law. It is a commandment to do no work on those days. And from the lesson that Brother David gave us about Shabbat a few weeks ago, it should be very understandable, even to just the gathering of some sticks, just gathering sticks together. It's forbidden. Okay, it's forbidden. So Brother David is an excellent teacher, and he can break down everything. He can explain everything to a T. That's why I love learning from him. I love learning him. I watch all of his lessons, and I try to do my best to keep them, and I make adjustments. And you have to read. I read myself and check it. And he wants you to check behind him. Check behind him. I want y'all to check behind me. He checks behind me. I make mistakes too on these calendars. I'm not perfect. I try to do the best I can to stay perfect, but you know, we going it's gonna happen. Things gonna happen. All right. So let me stop talking, get on with the lesson. I know how I do, y'all. This line we have the full moon. Full moon always comes 14 days after new moon. All right. The reason why I say 14 days instead of 15, because 14th day right here in the evening, the moon becomes full. The 14 days become full. All right. So this is the full moon day right here, full moon, and on the 15th day, the moon gonna be full the whole all day long until the evening time come right here. All right. Then it's just a Shabbat. They start your working days over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 working days. The third Shabbat at the evening. Boom, right here. Now I pull this screen up right here to show you something real quick, cause I got a little quick story to tell. All right. You know, um, you know that the moon moves away from the sun 10 days every year. All right. So earlier this year, uh, I had a dog on Max. He was about 10, 12 pounds Shih Tzu. He had been with us for about 14 years. Max died in the bed with me on the 18th of January. All right, about 4 o'clock in the morning, he died, and he died on a full moon. Last year it was on a Tuesday. All right, but he died on the 18th. So the moon moves away from the sun 10 days every year. Now check this out. 18th, all right, so they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 days. This is a full moon. So, like I said, last year, Max died on the 18th of January. It was on a full moon. Subtract 10 days, full moon, a year later, 12th month, moon moves away from the sun 10 days. So, what do we have here? We have January the 7th, which is full moon, right? The full moon, the 14th day, and we have 100% illumination, all right? 14th day, all right? In the evening time of the 15th day, which is moon before, all this time you see it start to wane. I think there's 98%, if I can see it good. This is 100%. This is 14th day. This is the 15th day. And that's when the moon starts to wane. It's going to start getting darker on this side a little bit at the time, very little. Each day it's going to get darker and darker. So that's when it starts waning. Right? It was waxing all the way up until this point here. So once the moon reaches peak, it's going to start decreasing. It's going to start waning. This right here is your 15th day. So it's going to start decreasing the whole time. On this line, we're going to have our third Shabbat. It's going to be a continuation from the last line. And I want to make sure that you understand how to read these points here. You see up top right here, you have fourth Shabbat at even. Okay, fourth Shabbat at even. So this is the Shabbat day. All right. Then we had to look for the crescent moon. Okay. And like I say, it must have dipped behind the horizon right there, because I don't know what happened to that. So over here we had New Moon Day. As we count our 6 working days, New Moon Day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in the evening time. All right. It's projected to have in the evening time, at the end of the day, our first Shabbat. Okay. So we drop down to here. Boom. First Shabbat. All right. Count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 days. You should have the second Shabbat in the evening, the full moon. In the evening time, at this time right here. All right. The evening of the 14th is the 15th day. Right here, 15th day. So just because they're not on the same line, don't mean they're not, they don't, it's just not, don't mean don't count as off. You had to start back over, just like if you're reading. Just read this line, and you go back and read this line. Your fourth day, your second Shabbat will come in the evening. All right, the evening, and then you got your full moon day right here, another Shabbat, and so on. So don't let this side right here mix you up from this side. This Shabbat right here, it comes from the previous month. All right. Remember, the previous month we had to do this one different, because it wasn't leading you into New Moon Day. So that's why I normally put the new moon up top, but I couldn't do it this time because you wouldn't see where the new moon, when you're supposed to look for the new moon, how it comes in. It wouldn't be shown. And this is not all my idea either. It's my teacher, he talked to me, he explained to me how important it was, because a lot of people would be probably confused and can't understand it. When he first looked at it, he saw it, it threw him off too. So that's why he told me to fix it a little different. That's why I'm doing this, to make sure everybody understands it. And on our last line, we will have a lunar month, another lunar month change here at the bottom. Because once you had your 4 Sabbaths, you start looking for the crescent moon. And we went to a moon giant to get a projection of when is the moon supposed to come out. So we're gonna start looking for on the 22nd of January, and this will be the 28th day. The 29th day of the 12th month. Okay, so printer, I mean pointer. All right, so we had our 4 Sabbaths. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4 Sabbath. And the 4th Sabbath, you start looking for the crescent moon. Okay, right here, look for crescent moon. It's projected to come out that evening. When it comes out that evening, that takes you into day 1 of the first month. This is Happy New Year for your Yashara. Okay, this day right here. All right, it is day 1. It's not a Sabbath day. It's a celebration. They're celebrating the new moon. In this case, celebrating the new year. The uh, solar calendar, put Greg's calendar in red. That won't change. The numbers will go, just flow one behind each other. It won't change. But this is New Moon Day right here for us. After New Moon's Day, you start counting your 6 working days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that 2 down here will come up when on the next calendar. So that's pretty much it, brothers and sisters. Make calendars. I'm looking for somebody to send me a calendar. I've been doing it for 2 years, been asking. I don't know who is there's nobody responding to me in the email. You got a few people that ask for calendars, but I've been asking for somebody to send me a calendar just to let me know how if who's learning, and if anything that I'm teaching or showing is making it hard, that I could correct, so you can start making your own calendars. I would like for people to send me calendars just to you know just to see if my work is not going in vain. So send me one. You got my email address. Send it to me. Brothers and sisters, I hope and pray that everybody gets something out of these videos. And the thing is, once you learn how to do this, you have to apply it. I'm not doing this to glorify myself, to uplift myself. I'm in the same position that you are in right now. Yahoo gave me the talent and the ability to make these calendars. I want to pass it on to the world. Once I learn, I want to pass it on. That's why I do these videos every week. We here on this channel, we come from nothing to we building a little bit. We're not a big crowd, but in the same sense, we don't need a lot of people. We don't need a lot to be effective. Yahoo is only gonna save thousands of people. So this few that we have now on this channel may be part of that thousands of people he's going to save. These Shabbats and these feast days, and these new moon days are very important to Yahuwah. Very important. And he wants to, that's how we're going to be identified now, even in the wilderness, even before we get into the city, about of how to keep his Sabbaths, Shabbats, and his feast days, and his new moon days. All right, please, people, learn this and apply it. Learn this and apply it. I'm not above you. If you have something new that you want to share with me, you have a talent or a gift, please send it to me so I can apply that. I'm doing everything I can. Brother David, he has been through a lot this year. Since early part, he has been through a lot. A lot of stuff he's been through, you cannot change. You can't go back and fix it. But he has kept in trust in Yahuwah, and he has not missed a beat. He still puts out his videos on the Shabbats, and he's been through a lot, and it takes strength to do what he's doing. He's a very smart, educated man when it comes to the scriptures. He got very good people skills, and he's patient, and he will listen, and he will tell you the problem. And I'm gonna tell you the biggest problem that most people have is themselves. You have to get yourself right first. Yes, I'm here doing the calendars and trying to, stay. I'm staying on the Shabbats, trying to learn all the laws and applying the laws that I can here in the land of captivity. But it's a lot of stuff inner you have to fix, not just the physical stuff that people can see. We have some people on here like to troll, and they like to want everybody to see how good and how smart they are. You know what I'm saying? They run to everybody else's channel. They want to bother them instead of creating their own channel. They keeping all their great knowledge, as they will claim, to bust up your channel and can make all the corrections on your channel instead of going to making a channel of their own. So they're limiting themselves. They're limiting their knowledge to a to somebody else's channel. But in either way, contact Brother Dave if you have any problems. If anybody would know, he would know. He will help you out. Ask him questions. If you come in there with some crazy stuff and trolling, he's not going to spend no time with you. And same thing with Sister Miles. They're no nonsense people. They're very sweet. They're very patient. It will answer your questions. But if you come in there being a troll and wants to be smart, or you got, every time you turn around you got 5 or 6 videos you be shooting to them, nah, they not gonna pay you no attention, and neither am I. But if you have a question, and it also depends on how often you contact them, they would know if you are genuine. So any question that you have, any type of issues, problems, concerns, even if you want a calendar, ask me. Feel free, and we will make sure we'll keep you in the family. All right. So thank you very much for your time, people. And I know I went over a little bit, and I know I got off subject some, but hey, a lot of times I want to express something. I try to keep these videos kind of short because I don't want to lose people. I am not very good at doing these videos, but the main point is I try to get out there the Sabbath days, Shabbats, and how to apply. All right. So I have nothing else today. Shalom. Hello, Yahuwah.